Hey, and welcome back to my project pan. We are wrapping up the first month. What did I do? The amount of stuff I'm grappling with took a bit of time to settle. I thought I was far more minimalist than I am, and now I can't hide from it. The reason for my bathroom drawer not closing was right in front of me, but it's gathering it all and writing it down that really showed me the scope of the issue. In terms of using things, turns out using your skincare regimen regularly does work. Who would have known? But seriously, this month I did use my product every single day instead of them just sitting there looking pretty. My skin looks better, and I'm starting to understand what each product actually does for me or does not, versus following a semi-random "this is what you must do for your skin" routine. I also spent some of this month doing a decluttering of my clothing, which, it will come as no surprise, revealed clothes that are 10 years old that I never wear and so are in great shape, clothes I got from my siblings that I used once, and clothes that were bought for a specific work situation and never used again. It was not easy, just as starting Project Pan was not easy, but it was somehow easier to let go of clothes that I would not wear anymore than to let go of any of the cosmetics that I have, even if they are too old by now. Weird how that goes. But at least now I have less clothes clutter, and all the ones in good shape went to second-hand shops to be used again. Now, for where I added new products instead of reducing my pile of stuff. At the time of filming, the good running season was just starting. I'm posting short runs video in my shorts now if you're interested in following along. I am mostly running for a 10k race in October, trying to get under 1 hour, with shorter runs for the joy of it. And it's great to be outside. And outside, well, I needed insect spray and a lot more sunscreen than I already had, particularly sunscreen that was easier to apply than my daily sunscreen. In that additions, also hair foam. Not strictly needed, but I discovered only a few years ago that my hair is not pinned straight and frizzy on the edges, but it might instead be wavy, even curly. I've been loosely following the curly girl method and it has had great results, with, for the purpose of this project, the downside of having to try a lot of different products to see what works for me. This is a good example of how learning about myself can conflict with minimalism goals, even if those are very loose goals. I'm taking better care of my hair now, but it requires more products, not all of them work, and I hate waste. It's a bit of a struggle there. On to the finished product. The liquid hydrator was the first to go. It's quite satisfying to completely finish a product, especially when it's the very first for this project. I had a replacement ready to be picked up, and each bottle lasts me a good 6 months, so I'm set for a while longer. Altogether, there were just 4 products finished that month, really 3 as I'm not counting tissues anymore. That pig shampoo smelled fantastic. I was a bit sad to see it go, but it's not very wavy hair friendly, so that made it easier to use, finish, and toss. And off they go to recycling. To keep track of all that, I wanted to be fancy and keep everything on a documentation app, and well, now it's 143 products to start with instead of the 142 that I counted last time. I have no idea where that extra thing is. I've been thinking I should have done that on paper to be easier to deal with, but organization as a concept and as a whole might very well be something I am struggling with. I can do it for work, but in my private life? Good luck. At the end of the first month, once the category tissues is done away with, we end up with 3 products gone in green, 2 products added in orange, for a total of 136 products. As a note, I am also not counting shower gel. It was not in my initial gathering, because those are bought by my partner, and that's a whole different thing. Shared products are another layer of complexity that I hadn't fully considered when I started. I focused only on my mess, and that's more than enough. The lip balm counter holds steady at 10. And that's a wrap for the first month. There's a few things I want to do differently, mainly actually not buying anything, even for seasonal needs, for next month. So let's see how it went. If you're doing your own project plan or thinking about starting one, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. What products are you trying to finish? What's your biggest challenge? Organization? Finding everything you have? Throwing things out? See you all later.